There was a day in my life where I realized something pretty life-changing. You only have yourself. You will only ever have yourself. You come into this world alone and you die alone. All that in-between stuff, it's up to you. You get to make something out of this life. Realize this, everybody. If you could go out there and only save one person, it's perfectly okay if that person is you. If you can only save one person, it's perfectly okay if that person is you, because sometimes the only way to change your life is to change your life. And the only person that could actually save you is yourself. Because if you don't take the risk, if you don't push through the pain, if you could just stop thinking and start doing, everything would be so much better. How different would your life be if you actually did every single thing that you said you were going to do? It would probably be a lot different. You probably wouldn't people please as much. You probably wouldn't be looking for the opinions of others as much as you do. But that's okay. Because you'll realize it just like I did. There's no fairy tale. There's no magic unicorn no one's gonna come through this window or that door and come and save me from my own life. Because I am the one that put myself here. You are the one that put yourself there. Every single situation, every single choice that you have made, well, it led you right here to exactly where you are. And now it's your chance to go out there and fix it. Because only you have gone through your entire life with yourself. You know, as long as you have yourself, you have someone. But realize this, you are the only person that has walked inside of your own shoes. And that is okay, because you don't need to walk in other people's shoes in order to empathize with them. But realize that you are so much more great, so much more powerful than you truly think. And sometimes you need to get out there and start living before you're ready. Because nobody is ready for the age that they're going to become inside of this life. I'm 20, and it feels like I was just 14, sitting down crisscross applesauce right here on my bed, without a worry or a care in the world, without any responsibility. One day you will realize that time is not patient, nor does it wait for you. Use it or lose it. There is no other choice. The secret to having it all is not having it all. It's about being grateful for what you already have. Because in reality, you already have every single thing in your life that you need to be successful. Be grateful that you have food on the table. Be grateful that you have the internet. Be grateful that you have a device that is capable of watching YouTube. Be grateful, did I already say it, that you have a roof over your head and all that other stuff, because in reality, everybody, life is just about being grateful for what you already have. You know, and it's not because I'm trying to be some kind of guru, but in reality, you just need to be. You know, because in reality, people have it so much worse. You know, and with this new day and age of internet, people don't realize that. You know, because with this phone, you're on TikTok and you're looking at me and you're seeing all these other different people. You're seeing all these different things. You're comparing yourself. You know, and comparison is bad no matter which way you look at it. Up, down. Whether you compare yourself to me, the next person, you should only really be comparing yourself to who you see in that mirror. Okay? Because if you get too caught up with comparing yourself to people who have things that are better than you, I've done this before. People have the houses, the women, the cars, the money, the fame, the everything. And then you sit back and you're like, dang, you know, I just had a good thing happen to me, but it's not as good as that person's thing. You know, and that confuses you because the new way is not good. You know, because let's say you have something bad happen to you as well. Oh, it wasn't that bad because someone else has it worse. Looking at your wound is not going to heal mine. But realize this, everybody. The only way to heal a wound is to stop touching it first, okay? Replace your expectations in life with appreciation, okay? Because listen to this. You can't change the people around you. Think about how hard it is for you to change yourself. What makes you think you're going to be able to change someone else? Okay, you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. Don't let it go over your head. Okay, because sometimes in life, the only person that can truly save you is yourself. Okay? And that's the hardest realization. Because the only way to change your life is to change your life. There is no other way. You can't sit in your room, scroll on your phone, and hope and wish and pray that something gets better. Because I've tried that already. It never does. You know, you need to get outside. You need to put your big boy pants on. And you need to face the world head on. You know, because the more that you fear the world, the more you actually fear living itself. You know, and one day you'll look back and you'll realize that you didn't live. You were just stuck in a routine that you never questioned. But don't let that be your life. Let this be something enlightening. Allow this to change your way of thinking. Because once you change the way you look at things in life, the things you look at change. Okay, like I said before, the secret to having it all is realizing that you already do. That you already have everything that is capable of making you happy. You know, because the whole game of wanting more, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be happy when this happens. Continuing down the line. Only you can make yourself happy. You know, why would you expect other people, strangers, to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself? Why would you expect other people to love you when you don't even love yourself? You claim to have so much love to give. So why not give some to yourself? Why not treat yourself like somebody you love? Why not treat yourself like you're treating somebody you love? Because you only have yourself. You only have one body. You only have one chance. To live is to risk it all. And you could either waste it or you could use it. You know, only you can save yourself. You know, sure, only people could give advice and all this other stuff, but realize this, everybody, this is a very big tip of advice, very big tip. Advice is mostly for the advice giver, not really the advice receiver. Okay, because all the advice that I give or anybody else gives is out of their own experience. Okay, if somebody goes out there and says, oh, I hate school, I hate what it did to me, and then someone's like, oh, I love school, or I love my job, or I love this place of business. It's all about perspective. Okay, you are living a very unique life right now. Okay, no one else has experienced your life, only you. Nobody will be able to walk inside of your shoes, okay? Only you will be able to. I have no idea how that looks on video, if that just ruined the entire thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, I was just trying to show you my shoes. Okay, but you don't need to be able to walk inside of my shoes. You don't have to walk inside of my shoes to be able to empathize with me. You don't have to walk in his shoes or her shoes to be able to say, you know what? I'm there for you. Okay, because sometimes it's not about who could dig the biggest hole or who could dig the deepest hole. Sometimes you need to put your metaphorical shovel. Sometimes you need to put your metaphorical shovel down. Okay, because you will realize this, everybody. You will reach rock bottom the moment you decide to stop digging. Stop digging yourself deeper. You know, the moment you decide to start climbing out, because you have energy either way. You know, either you can use your energy to keep on digging, or you can use your energy to get out. But another thing to realize, you didn't do this to yourself in a day. You didn't ruin yourself in a day, or a week, or a month. So you're not going to be able to save yourself in a day, a week, or a month. Okay, it's all about a process. It's all a part of the process. It's all part of the game. Okay, play for the sake of the game. Okay, and live your life. You know, smile, enjoy it, because at the end of your life book, only you are going to know if you enjoyed it. Only you are going to know if you really had fun. So just try your best to. I've spent my entire life waiting for someone to come save me. For someone to come pull me out of my predicament. It happened one time. You know, I found somebody who really changed my way of thinking and everything. You know, they kind of changed everything. But that was it. You know, that was my mistake. You know, thinking that somebody was a missing piece. You know, because in life, you're going to be handed puzzle piece after puzzle piece after puzzle piece. And one day you might realize something. That the pieces don't fit. But then you'll realize something different. You were the piece that didn't fit. You are everything that is wrong with you. It wasn't the alcohol, it wasn't the issues, it wasn't the traumatic experiences. It was you. And every day you made that choice. But one day you'll make a different choice. To go out there and live your own life. You know, because it doesn't matter about how it looks or how it sounds. All that matters is that you tried in the first place. And if you can get out there and give it your best shot, your best effort, maybe something will happen for you. Or maybe it won't. Because I'm not saying that if you go out there, follow life's rules 110%, that you are going to have a good, progressive outcome. Because sometimes that's just not how life works. But as long as you go out there, give it your best effort, then you've won. You've truly beaten life. I had a thought when I was younger. I wanted to be one of those people to sit on my deathbed if I made it to one. And truly be happy with the way I lived my life. Am I living true to that right now? No. But I want to try to. I want to try to do more things that I love. More things that bring smile to my face. Talk to more people that celebrate me, not just tolerate me. You know, because life is too short to hate your own existence. Life is too short to deal with the drama and the hate every day. Get out there and make the best for yourself. Because one day you will realize that you never needed to be anybody except yourself. So do that. Make the best of it. And you'll realize one day that it's even your parents' first time on earth too. And even if you don't go out there and do this whole thing 100% correct, at least you went out there and you did it at all. Because the worst thing that could possibly happen to you is not what you're thinking. It's not losing the job, losing the girl. The worst thing that can happen to you is that you don't happen at all. That you don't get the chance to love in the first place. That you don't get the chance to laugh in the first place. To live. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for just everything you guys have just been doing for me. The support on the channel has just been absolutely insane. As you guys can see, again, I'm trying out new types of vlog-ish type content. You know, I've kind of just been like walking around my house, walking around the yard. You know, and I'll even put you guys in on this, you know, like the whole clips and stuff. It kind of gives you time to just like think. You know, with my old way of content, you know, it's kind of just like one stray of like one stream of thought. I can kind of like, I mean, not that I'm necessarily looking back and looking at what I'm saying, because if I start looking back on what I said on the video, I'll probably be like, oh, I don't even want to upload it at all. But it gives you more time to think. It gives you more of a clear head. And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's definitely like, I think it's cool. You know, because I could be anywhere. You know, like I'm outside right now. Like I'm sitting at my pool. It's pretty cool. You know, so thank you so much for watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. Get out there, stay positive, and most importantly, enjoy the day.